tucked away in the Shenandoah Valley, Harrisonburg, Virginia, home to James Madison, father of the Constitution and mother of some of the most electric crowds in all of college football when they come out to support the Dukes. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see, the Florida State Seminoles taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the James Madison Dukes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Seminoles will boot it away to start the game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Extending the play. On the run, fires downfield. Makes a connection. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Quarterback will audible. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Going up top. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, James Madison. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
This guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Hand off from the shotgun. Fakes his man out. Got room at the 35. Oh, look out. He's at the 30. 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida State.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he tacks on the extra point. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Back to pass, it's Barnett. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying to impose their will with the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
And the Dukes are on the move. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Now they're going to throw it. Dumps it to the back. They're working that left side. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't Olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Shakes off the tackle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
He'll pull it down and run. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Dukes are threatening in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it on the move. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The give out of the gun. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took him to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the first. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They've pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. Got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, James Madison, 14, Florida State, 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll run the toss. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Handoff to the lone back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. To the ground to try to move the chains. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. He'll go to the sneak.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
And the Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Lucas. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
So the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Snares it outside. It's Williams. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Long drive here. Play number 12 coming up for this offense. Back to pass. It's Burrow. Working the middle. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
The Seminoles have pushed it inside the 20. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He'll get rid of it. Touchdown, Seminoles! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. On to attempt the try.
In the end zone.
They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to fire to the left. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Ball still spotted at the 34. It's 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. He wants to pass it on second down. Throws to the back. Zings it complete to the right. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Now facing a 3rd and long. They keep attacking through the air. On the run, still looking. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him to get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Leaves it with the back. Discards a man. And they're able to get him down.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
They'll give it to the back. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. After run, now throw. He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Still running at the 40. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Looking for a man. It's Burrow. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. Quarterback checking off. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. We've got a good one going here in the third quarter, all tied up as he's set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes the offense on first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Takes a hit as he fires. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Seminoles are in the hurry-up.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Back to throw, it's Burrow. Blasted as he lets it go. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Noles will call on their punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Wide out in motion. Comes out throwing on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Fires to the wide out. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Buys a little time with his feet. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I tell you what, a lot of times you roll your quarterback to the right or to the left, and in this case, the right, and you're trying to get him outside the pocket to buy him a little bit of time, get him off that spot, take some deep shots, and he missed, but it was a nice shot down the field.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his back in the middle. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Yeah, what a nice job finding your matchup, Palmer, on third down. Understanding I got a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. Nice angle route, getting right there between the linebackers and getting the third down conversion.
It was a really good job, too, David, of the running back that time, setting up like he was going to the flat. And the linebacker gets a little bit too excited. He then puts a split in the ground, cuts back to the middle. It's an easy pitch and catch, and they get the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The Dukes have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
And the Dukes want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, James Madison. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Ball State is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that hasn't been stopped since that group stepped off the bus. They're up by 17 over Northwestern. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
Tackle is made at the 17-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Burrow. Pocket starts to collapse. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun. Wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When you gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Snap from the gun on third down. It's caught. He's loose. The 20. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Noles!
How about him? Nice job catching the football and then turn it into a playmaker. Turn it into a small, wide receiver. The tight end shows off the ability to run after the catch, make a big play, and get the big touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback checking the play. Back to throw, it's Barnett. It's complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. Golly, you got him wide open. And that cat can roll. You're not talking about, a guy that's an average runner on the outside. You got to give him a little bit of a chance to run underneath that, put a little more air underneath it, but he just overshoots the run.
Final play of the quarter coming. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And after 3, the game is tied.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The Dukes are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll turn it loose out to the right. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And the Dukes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Buys a little time. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Getting the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes! They've got the lead here in the 4th. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Burrow. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Unloads to the right. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Bulls his way forward.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Seminoles look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw, it's Burrow. Quarterback adapting. He'll try to do it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Defensively, I think you have different strategies for these situations. The clock is your friend, right? You want that thing to tick. You're up in the fourth quarter, but you don't want to sit back and prevent, because you've heard the saying, you really just prevent yourself from winning.
Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. And he's got it! Touchdown, Florida State!
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 5 over Old Dominion. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on him for us. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Skips away from pressure. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. To the air, it's Barnett. Moves away as he feels pressure. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, these 4-3 defensive ends that can get pressure on quarterbacks, they get paid a lot of money in the National Football League, and that's why. When you can get out of your stance and win it around the edge to get to the QB. Not many guys do it as well as that.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Wide receiver shows motion. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He tries to take the top off. Pulls it in on the right. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The Dukes will have it 1st and 10. The give to the back. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, James Madison. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there and get me one more.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he punctuated that drive by ripping off a 38-yard run for 6. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the 1st down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the box.
Gonna let it fly. And he makes the catch inside the 25. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. With the catch, it's Lucas.
Man, and we've seen it in this game, even though his team is losing. This guy, time and time again, has been answering the bell. He's been throwing dimes all game long, and he comes up with another big completion there.
And defensively, I'm going to continue to think pass. They've trusted him all game long. He hasn't let him down. I'm playing for the pass. I'll react to everything else.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Burrow. Looking to scramble. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the 1st down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves.
Defensively, the clock late in the game, when you're winning, it's your friend. You got to find a way to keep that thing ticking. When you rush the passer, keep that quarterback in the pocket. Make him beat you from in there. You're dropping back in coverage. You got more DBs on the field. You're just trying to let him throw the football, get him on the ground, let that clock tick.
The Knowles come to the line in the hurry-up. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Slams ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, 7-0.
How about the offense in that situation to come up so big? The place is going bananas. It's so hard to hear. It's so hard to execute. And you just put 6 on the board and have a chance to kick this PAT and tie the game.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And it's good, and we're tied in the 4th quarter. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they decide to tie it up in the final seconds. Looks as if we could be headed for free football. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback strolling away from heat. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25.
29 Philly.
He's looking to throw it. Forced out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I love it. I love it. First down. Let's be aggressive. Let's throw the football. But how about the quarterback? He does a great job in the pocket, buying time. Nobody open, scrambles around, and more importantly, ends the run, gets the first down, and doesn't get whacked. Beautiful.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. Makes the grab over the middle. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
At this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tired. Here in OT, they just don't seem to have the punch up front that like they had earlier in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
1st and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime.
Get set.
They'll try to power it in. Touchdown, Dukes! And they score first here in overtime. Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdown?
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I might want to change something up or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and scoring.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Wide out in motion. He'll start this drive firing. The throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
After the incompletion, they're facing a 2nd and 10 from the 25. Scanning the field, it's Burrow. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, no! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. And now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
We play on 1st down here in the 2nd overtime period. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Runs through a tackle. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. If he houses this, it's ball game. He'll try to take it back. He's inside the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. All the way back. He took it all the way. The pick 6 and the walk-off win.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.